From booster packs to booster gold, nerds like a lot of things, but there's something they love above all else, and that is correcting people. This is Actually. And joining us today, we have returning Shane Crown.
Happy to be here.
We have brand new Luke Field.
Very happy to be here.
And also returning Danielle Radford.
I feel okay.
Well, good. It's 2 goods and an okay. That's 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Hey, if you're a baseball guy,
I'm not, but sure.
yeah,
please
that would
continue.
be a good average, 2 out of 3.
You know, being a baseball guy.
Yeah, one of those baseball guys.
I feel like no one watching this has any knowledge of what you just said about baseball.
I think baseball is the nerdiest sport.
yeah, there's a lot of fractions. And
It's like, do you like math and people in button-downs? Baseball.
It's very stat heavy.
Well, now that I've pissed off some of our audience, probably only a small amount though. Danielle, you've played before. Shane, you've played before. Luke, you're brand new, and maybe you're watching for the first time. The game is very simple. These are incorrect statements, but the things that you know and love. It's up to you to find what's wrong, buzz in, and correct me. All your corrections must be preceded by the phrase, actually. If you don't, I won't give you the point. I'll feel very bad about it, but it's basically the only rule, so I have to abide by it.
I'll also feel very bad about it.
It's heartbreaking when someone
Yeah.
loses something something that they know and just like didn't remember that. And you can interrupt me whenever you want. So as soon as you spot what's wrong, you can go ahead and buzz in. Well, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna jump right in here. We're gonna read this first question. The world is flat. We may live on a globe, but Narnia, Middle-earth, Discworld, and the world of the never-ending story are among the many settings portrayed as flat or close to it. Luke.
Actually, I'll guess Narnia ain't flat.
Narnia's flat, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, they go to the ends of the earth.
That's true.
Yeah. Yes, Danielle.
Actually, the world of the never-ending story is not flat.
Incorrect.
Oh,
Sorry to say. Yes, Shane.
Actually, I believe Discworld, which I absolutely know what it is not flat.
Shane, you would be wrong in that capacity. Discworld is, the name is Discworld. Even the name
Built in.
itself implies that it is on a disc.
It's on a disc carried by like a bunch of turtles.
Yeah, it's a turtle flying through space with a couple of elephants with a disc on top of it. And
The
yeah,
disc spins.
actually, it's that other one that you said.
yeah. Do you remember what it is? You're correct that the other one I said is the wrong one.
It's hard to remember
I'll
sometimes.
give it to you unless someone can remember what I said and say the other thing that. Oh, wait, Shane is beat you to it.
Actually, Middle Earth is not flat.
That is correct.
So it's got elves, but it's not flat.
Yeah, those 2 things can coexist.
Womp.
Womp. Yeah, Middle Earth is round. At one point, it was flat, but then it was made round. It was reshaped into a sphere to prevent humans from sailing into the Undying Lands. Well, that is a point, kind of, for Shane.
I'll take it.
You know what?
It's the
You'll
best
take it.
point
It's not
there
the
is.
most honorable point, but a point's a point at the end of the day. So there you go. This next question is a wrestling question. 5-time world champion Booker T is the most decorated wrestler in WCW history and the first African-American WCW world champion. He's known for repeating the phrase 5-time in reference to his 5 world championship titles, going so far as to say 5-time, 5 times on more than one occasion for emphasis. Shane, Luke and Danielle were both parsing every single word of that slowly together. And then Shane is just like, I'm coming in. I'll guess. I have no stake in this.
I don't know anything about wrestling, but I can maybe back into this.
All right.
Actually, not all 5 titles were WCW.
Incorrect. Danielle.
Actually, he does not say 5 times, 5 times. He says 5-time, 5-time, 5-time world champion.
No. I mean, maybe he's said it before, but no. I think it's more of the 5-time. Yeah. Luke.
Actually, his wins span WCW and WWE from like when they combined. So it's actually more than 5?
That is correct, or at least partially so. He has more than 5 world championships. He's actually the 6-time world champion,
cool.
even though he still says 5-time. Well, point for Luke there. Point for Luke. When author James S.A. Corey began working on The Expanse, he had imagined it as an MMORPG or tabletop game setting. Instead, it became a series of novels. 9 in total are currently being planned, and a TV series. Oh, and of course, an Expanse tabletop RPG is slated to come out later this year. Took him long enough. Shane.
Actually, it really didn't take him that long at all. All this happened in about 6 months.
Time is relative, and who can say what a long time is? No, that's not what we're going for.
Time is also flat.
Yeah.
So, they're not gonna do a tabletop one because there's just too many of those already, and they're not gonna beat Dungeons and Dragons.
They are doing tabletop.
What a waste of money.
Yeah.
Actually, it is not 9 books that are planned. It is 10 books that are planned.
They've said that it's 9 that are being planned, but I'm gonna say no one got that. The actually here is that James S.A. Corey is not one person. It's actually a writing duo, writing under a single pseudonym. So it was wrong to say that he was doing anything because it is in fact 2 people. It's Daniel Abraham and Ty Frank.
I wonder why they did that. Like, why do they think 2 is like worse?
Well, it's the same way as like, you know, oh God, I can't believe I'm gonna use this as an example. E.L. James decided that she couldn't do 50 Shades of Grey under her own name because she wouldn't be taken seriously. I'm sorry.
People obsess about 50 Shades of Grey. That's totally, you know what, as far as I'm concerned, we should have a 50 Shades of Grey question in here at some point. Well, we'll move on to our next question, which is a fan-submitted question. So this is from one of our fans here, and this is about Magic the Gathering. This question comes to us from Dimp. That's Dimp with an exclamation point. There are many elder dragons in Magic the Gathering, like Nicol Bolas, Chromium Ruel, and Arcades Sabbath. Among them is also 15,000-plus-year-old Niv Mizzet, an arrogant but brilliant inventor who even has his own medal named for him, Mizium. Yes, Luke.
Actually, Niv Mizzet is not one of the elder dragons. He is a very old dragon, but like the original elder dragons was like a 5-card cycle from like antiquities or something like that. But he was not part of it. He came in later in a different set.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to see how you got.
Yeah, he's from Ravnica.
Yeah, that is correct. That he's an extremely old dragon, but he is not an elder dragon.
Yeah.
Does not officially have that title.
And actually, when he can, he does lie on his idea about how old he is.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
I'm only 8,000, but thank you for the compliment.
Oh, yeah. What? What's that? Oh, yeah. Well, you don't look a day over 7,000.
He is part of like the Izzet Guild, I think, or at least he has the colors of the Izzet Guild, who are very like tinkerers and experimenters. So I imagine he does a lot of like experiments to be like age-defying dragon makeup and like things like that.
It's so funny to me too of lore where dragons are also like tinkerers and inventors. Like you're already a dragon. It's like but I've got machines to do.
How do their little hands work? How do they?
How are they like?
They can cast fireballs and do all sorts of magic, but they can't figure out how to type.
Yeah.
yet.
They only have 3 fingers.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm just gonna answer this now with 3 fingers. And see.
Let's do this for the rest of the set.
Yeah,
see
just
how
like dragon claw.
to know what the
dragon.
dragon's life is like. Yeah.
Nicol Bolas is constantly calling Niv Mizzet to be like, hey, I can't figure out my email. Like, you're one of those younger dragons. Can you help me out here?
I'm sorry, I'm 15,000 years old. You can't expect me to know all this stuff.
What's a PDF?
Yeah. Here's our first shiny question. This is a game called Mounting Suspicion. We have a series of friendly animal transports here. Please match the name tag with them. That is the name where they should be returned to if they are lost. Who would ride these mounts? Let's flip it over. Let's take a look here. It might be clearer when you're looking at it.
Oh, bizarre.
Yeah, these are all things someone might ride.
Okay.
But who is the person riding them?
Okay.
I don't think you can ride some of these.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Shane, tell us what you got here.
Great. This little hamster fellow is clearly Bomberman's mount. The goat there belongs to Randy.
Okay.
That dancing fox is Go-Go.
Okay.
The Final Fantasy chicken is Fio. The hare dragon belongs to Kirby.
Okay.
And the camel, just a camel, is the Inquisitor.
All Right. Luke, let's see
All
what
right,
you got
here we go. So I think this is the only one I'm sure of because they wear the same shoes. This is Kirby.
Okay.
Then this is the Inquisitor. Randy.
Yeah.
The chicken is Theo, I hope.
Okay.
Go-Go.
Okay.
And this is Bomberman.
Great.
Pure and entire guesses, all the lot of them.
Cool. And Danielle, what do you have?
Wow, we guessed a lot of the same things for things that we don't know.
Okay.
This Hamtaro-looking dude, I put for Kirby. Theo.
Okay.
I also have Randy. For the Final Fantasy mount, I said the Inquisitor. Go-Go. And I also said that this camel dude belongs to Bomberman.
Very good. Well, looking at this, Shane, you got 0 correct. Danielle, you got 1 correct.
I did it.
And Luke, I believe you got 2 correct. But let's show the actual answers. You spotted the shoes. That is, in fact, Kirby's mount. That is Rick.
No, it's not.
That's Rick.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's Rick.
Come on.
That can't be Rick.
That's
Look,
Rick.
I was on board with this puff marshmallow that can like suck things up. But a gerbil named Rick, I'm out.
Then we have the Greater Nuggalope. That is the mount of the Inquisitor.
I'm sorry, what?
The Greater Nuggalope. That is from Dragon Age Inquisition. Then this is Louis, who is Bomberman's mount. This is a Chocobo, AKA a Final Fantasy chicken, as referred to. That is Go-Go. We chose a slightly lesser, perhaps lesser known Final Fantasy character to try to trip people up there, and maybe we did. This is Flammy from Secret of Mana, and then finally the SV Camel from Metal Slug, who is
That is what that looks like.
Yeah. Of course.
And that's it for this episode of Actually. Actually, it's not. There's way more of this episode over on Dropout. Go to dropout.tv and start your free trial today. I'll be right here. Well, I'll be over there. I mean, I'll be in both places at once, because this is just, there's more. Technology. This is called Needs More Pixels. So we're gonna put an image up here that is extremely pixelated, perhaps even unrecognizably pixelated, but we have different stages that will get gradually more clearer. The first person to buzz in and tell us what image this is will get the point.